What's going on, teachers and parents, and welcome to Math Unlocked, where I get to offer you lots of math strategies for teaching math for grades 3, 4, and 5. My name is Miss McCarthy. I'm the creator of McCarthyMathAcademy.com, and y'all, I'm on a mission to make math fun, make it click, and make it stick for you so that you can get out there and support the students that you work with. Now, I'm about to break down a 4th grade skill involving identifying numbers that are 1/10 more, I just bopped my microphone, sorry. 1/10 more, 1/10 less, 100th more, and 100th less. That can sound like a lot, but I promise you it is more simple than you think. So let's not waste any more time, y'all. Let's get to it and let me teach ya. So we have 1/10 more and 100th more or less. We've got two things happening here. More or less, or more or less is what we're thinking of here. Now, 1/10 could be written as a fraction, 1/10. It could also be written as a decimal, 1/10. We will be working with the decimal form for this, even though I guess you could write it as a fraction, but the skill for 4th grade is to focus on the decimal form of this. So same thing with 100th, except we have 1/100th or 100th like that. Again, we will be focusing on the decimal form of this number. All right, cool. So we have the number 7, and you can see that I'm going to be focusing on each section at a time, 1/10 more, 1/10 less, then we'll move over to 100th more, 100th less, and it's going to be so fun. So let's go ahead and focus on the 1/10 more box, and I will write the digit 7 there. Now that 7 currently right now is in the ones place. That 7 will stay in the ones place. Okay, to the left over here, we would have the tens and the hundreds place, but we're not working with the tens and the hundreds here. We're working with the tenths and the hundredths. Now, where are those located? They're located to the right of a decimal. So here's our decimal. Then we have the tenths and hundredths. Small t for tenths, lowercase t for hundredths. I could actually say that we have 0 tenths and 0 hundredths. That is true. To create 1/10 more means that we need to focus on the tenths place right here. And if we're thinking about it like addition, we could be adding 1/10 more. Okay, so that would give us, and I'm actually going to eliminate right here because we're only focusing on the tenths place right now. I'm going to eliminate the hundredths place. We'll plug them in when we get over to the 100ths, but don't worry, it's still a 0 right there. So when we're adding these up, we would say 0 tenths plus 1/10 more would be 1/10 more in the tenths place. And then we have 7 wholes. So our answer would be 7.1, but don't say it like that. We need to be saying it as 7 and 1/10. 7 and 1/10. So that would be 1/10 more. Let's figure out what 1/10 less would be. So again, we have our 7. We know that that is in the ones place. We need to go 1/10 less. So let's make sure that we even have a tenths place, which is right there. And let's plug a 0 into it. And I'm actually going to move this down just a smidge. Focusing on the tenths place, we need to make this 1/10 less, which means that we can subtract 1/10. Subtract 1/10. Now, I have this thing where I really like there to be a 0 in the ones place whenever I'm doing that. So now let's subtract. We have 0 tenths minus 1/10. Well, we need to regroup. Let's take 1, give 1. Take a 1. That becomes 6 ones. Bring that 1 over to the tenths place. Now we have 10 tenths. So 10 tenths minus 1/10 is 9 tenths. Let's not forget our decimal. 6 wholes minus 0 wholes is 6 wholes. So our answer is 6 and 9 tenths. Yes, you are writing 6.9, but we don't want to have our students saying 6.9 right now. We want them to be saying it the correct way. 6 and 9 tenths. There we go. See, not so bad. Let's move over to 100th more, 100th less. Okay, so we had 7, and now we're working in the hundredths place. So we need to make sure that we can get to the hundredths place. So decimal to the right, tenths, hundredths, tenths, hundredths, and our 7 is in the ones place. That's right. Okay, we can plug in our zeros here. And now we need to create that 100th more. So that means we're adding only 100th more. We're adding that. So let's plug in some zeros into the tenths and into the ones and add it up. Again, just 100th more. That's why we're focusing on that 100th column. So 0 hundredths plus 100th is 100th. 0 tenths plus 0 tenths is still 0 tenths. And 7 ones plus 0 ones would be 7 ones. So if we have 100th more, that would be 7 and 100th. Now 100th less, starting with 7. So 100th less means that we are subtracting there. So we can start with our ones place. We're moving to we have 100th less. Let's make sure we create space for there to be hundredths. So we have the tenths and the hundredths place. Create some zeros there. And now we are subtracting 100th. So create my decimal point there. Just start plugging it in with zeros. And now let's subtract. In the hundredths place, so we have 0 hundredths minus 100th. Here we need to regroup. Let's take 1, give 1. So we go over to the tenths place, but we cannot take 1 away here. Okay, so instead we need to go to bring it down. So we need to go to the ones place and say, all right, let's take 1. That becomes a 6 wholes and give 1 here. So that whole came over to the tenths and it was broken into 10 tenths. Now for our hundredths, we can take 1, give 1, take 1. That becomes a 9 tenth and give that tenth over here. Now we have 10 hundredths. 10 hundredths minus 100th is 9 hundredths. 9 tenths minus 0 tenths is 9 tenths. Drop down our decimal point. And 6 wholes minus 0 wholes is 6 wholes. So our answer would be 6 and 99 hundredths. And that is how you solve problems like this. Now, a lot of times there's already going to be a number like here where you have to add 1. But I wanted to create a whole number here because that's where students really tend to get tripped up with just a whole number of 7. They're a little bit more capable with problems like this to start with, but they sometimes forget that there is a decimal here. It's just invisible right now, and there's actually numbers behind this. We have values of 0 going all the way back. So I hope that you found that to be helpful today. If you are looking for some more support with this skill or lots of other 4th grade skills, I really encourage you to stay tuned because I'm about to break down some next steps that you found this episode to be helpful. If you did, please let me know by hitting the like button. And if you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. It's an easy way to support the content that I bring to you for free on YouTube. If you're a teacher or a parent, especially in Florida, you'll definitely want to check out McCarthyMathAcademy.com. Here is where I offer fast math freebies, including a playlist of fast math-style problems and video lessons to support your teaching. For those ready to dive deeper, check out Taking on the Best, a monthly membership packed with video lessons, student guides, extra practice, error analysis videos, math tasks, mini assessments, and much more, which are all strategically aligned to Florida's best standards. With 3 levels, bronze, silver, and gold, you can choose the support that best fits your needs to promote student growth and skill mastery. Would you like to take Taking on the Best for a test drive? You can sample 1 standard per grade to find the right plan for you. Do that by simply requesting a free trial. And if you're gearing up for the final Fast Math assessment of the school year, definitely check out Taking on the Fast, a 15-day countdown series with video lessons and fast-style math problems. Start with a sneak peek of day 1, and when you're ready, you can make a one-time purchase. And if you're thinking about the gold plan for Taking on the Best, good news! Taking on the Fast is included in your membership. While many of my followers are in Florida, I know that there are teachers and parents everywhere looking for support. That's why I created McCarthy Math 155 with 155 video lessons for each grade level, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. You can also sign up for a free trial to McCarthy Math 155 to explore it before signing up for a monthly membership. And finally, if you've enjoyed my math music videos on YouTube, you can also jam out to ad-free versions on my website. You can find all the links below, and please feel free to email me with any questions that you have. I can't wait to see you in the next episode. Until then, get out there and make the world a little bit brighter in your own special way. See you next time.